Hello, friends. Welcome to Chris MB podcast. Oh my God, in this moment, I have to invited. This is Ross Finger. Oh my God. Welcome, Ross. How are you?
Thank you.
Thank you very much for the invitation. In this moment,
Yeah.
how do you doing in this moment?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm in my studio. I just came back from a holiday, and I made 3 new tracks this week, and today I'm like finishing or trying to finish them. As always, if you go on a holiday, you have a lot. If you come back, there's a lot of inspiration, and you notice that you make your stuff a little bit different, which is nice. So doing good.
Oh, in this moment, another day, I discovered a rose in Instagram. I listened to your music. Oh, wow, it's fantastic. Congratulations for the process, the job. It's very cool. So tell me, how do you, this is the moment, how do you know or decide, make
Try to make music. When I started it to do it.
this?
So I've been producing for 7 years, something like that, since I was 20. I'm 27 now. And I Before that I played the drums, a little bit of piano, not that much. And I started out with DJing exactly, and then when I started producing, I slowly started like only producing, and I didn't do much DJing anymore because I liked producing so much. And I've been doing that so for 7 years, but only since last year it's my full-time profession. So I quitted my job and to pursue my music career full-time, which is a funny moment because Corona broke out. So there wasn't a lot of parties, but then, which is sad. But to me, producing is my favorite thing to do. So I'm in this studio space here more than I'm anywhere else for the last 1.5 years. Um, and yes, I quitted my job because I felt like my music is my real passion in life. It's my thing I love doing most, and I had a feeling that uh, I picked it up really easily, especially because I started playing jazz piano 3 years ago, or yeah, 3 years, and I noticed like how easily I could improvise and everything. So it gave me the sign of like you should do more with this because it would be a pity if you wouldn't chase your music career. So yeah, that's exactly like how it happened and where I am now.
Sounds nice, good. Congratulations for your music. It's very, very fascinating. And in this moment, is the beat. Oh my God, this is guy making music very. You know the rhythm. I don't know. It's because you stay in a country very, very cool. I admire in Netherlands, Amsterdam is the capital fun. It's very cool. In this moment, I your question. What skills have you learned that will help you in your
So I think like you have to start out with producing, and that's something I learned myself with Ableton, just by watching YouTube tutorials and playing around with it. And at one point, I bought a MIDI keyboard, and then I started playing a little bit, and then I realized I need to know more about piano. So I did some classical lessons in the beginning, like 10, and then I noticed I didn't like to read notes. That's not my favorite thing. And then afterwards, after a year, I started to do jazz piano, which is to me is the best way, um, if you want to become a producer, is to learn jazz piano because you learn everything about music theory, and to me that's one of the most important things in music because music theory explains like how you make chords, how you make melodies, and to me that's the core of music. Like everything else is secondary. The most important is the melody and the chords. So to me, that's the most important thing I'm focusing on. Yes, already like every year. So jazz piano is probably my biggest uh, inspiration for music. It helps me the most. And then of course I'm watching a lot of mixing tutorials. I did some master classes. I've bought some master classes also. which were not better than the videos on YouTube. I think the best videos you can find are free on YouTube. What also helped is when I was younger, I did drums. Although I still think I can improve my drums. So I'm thinking about like picking up drumming lately, but there's no room here for a drum kit. So if I had a bigger studio, I would put a drum kit here, because I'm not good at like programming drums like with your mouse. I have to play them. That's with many things. I have to play everything, the arrangement, the drums, the piano, because if you feel the music, it's gonna be you can get it out of your hands. That's the best way for me to make it original and make it musically. So I try to be not as too much in the computer. I try to make all my musical elements outside.
Wow, it's 13. Rose, a question. Did you always want this? Did you always dream that, the music?
No, when I was younger, when I was 8, 9, I wanted to be an actor, like a movie actor.
Wow.
Afterwards, I wanted to be a jet fighter pilot when I was like 10 to 16. And then I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I started doing my own business. I made YouTube videos when I was younger, not with myself, but like funny videos. I made compilations. And my musical journey began when I started DJing. So a friend of mine told me, like, if you did play the drums when you were younger, then you pick up DJing really easily because you feel the rhythm and you have to beat sync it, and it's really easy if you did drumming. So I noticed that it was really easy for me, and that actually started like the flying wheel of DJing, and I have a feeling for this, and on the piano I have a feeling for that, and then the dream of like making music my career, which never existed in my head, finally revealed itself. Like so to me, that's my life biggest I would never want to do anything else than music if I can make enough money with it. But so yeah, now it's my dream, but it has not always been my dream. But if I would have been playing jazz piano when I was 4 years old until I was 20, I would have loved that. But I played football, soccer, which was also nice, but I would have preferred having music from a really early age.
Wow, I don't know, Rose. It's very interesting. In this moment, how do you delight the DJ? Where has he led you in this moment? And I don't know. You tell me.
Well, where DJing led me until now?
Yes. How do you delight in this moment? Delight the DJ because
Yeah,
you know the pandemic is very the
yeah,
events closes. I don't know. It's very difficult and the
yeah.
problem.
Yeah, so for me now it's quite difficult because there's nothing much to look out for. I had like 2 really good bookings actually last weekend on 2 big festivals in Amsterdam, but they were cancelled because of Corona. So they opened it up for 2 weeks and then they canceled again. So I thought I would be playing and then they canceled them again. So that was really sad. But to me, you know, the situation right now in the world is worse. Is like, it's a tiny problem what I have compared to a lot of other people. So I don't feel that sad. I'm happy that I'm in my studio and I can play my music and continue working. But I hope that like within the next months I can finally play my music, because the saddest thing about right now is that I upload music, I do releases every 2.5 months, but I never see people react to my music in real life, and that's something I would really love to see. And also, I think that would inspire me for new music. Like maybe I need to make the kick a little bit better or something, but I have no idea like how it would translate on a big festival system. So I hope that's gonna happen in the future.
I hope. Okay, Rose. In this moment, I say this. I say always the best DJs on our world is from Netherlands, because I admire Tiesto, Armin van Buuren. Are you the best? Really, I said really. I question you. What is the best you can hear from you in your music? In this moment, your best work or job in the music, what is?
What I think my best work is, my best track?
Yes.
Um, I think for me it's what we do for love, the track, because it has a huge breakdown, big 8 chords progression, which are chords that really touch me, which I always try to, and I feel like if it's gonna be like this anthem for big festivals. If you play that track at the end of a party, because the big breakdown is really euphoric, it's really happy, and people will really notice the power of this track if they hear it on the festival on a big system. Yeah, to me that's one of the best tracks. And it's funny what you say about the Dutch DJs. It's I used to listen when I was younger, so I always listened to dance music already. So that was a little sign of maybe you should do something with this. But when I was 12, 13 years old, I was always listening to trance, to Armin van Buuren, mostly State of Trance, and I've always liked those tracks. So to me, like trance nowadays is it's become too big or something. It went away from its core, and you can hear in my music that I use the core elements of trance a little bit, like big melodies, aggressive bass line, and big chord progressions, and like huge breakdowns and everything. So trance is a little bit of my inspiration for Rose Ring.
Sounds good. You have to come to Mexico, Rose, because I know you listening in Mexico is good, can't it? You listen it. I know this moment I discovered. Oh my God, this Rose they have listeners from Mexico. What happened? This? What happened? This?
I would love to come. Yeah, yeah.
You are in the studio. I see the piano.
Yeah. Oh, it's a synthesizer. Yeah, yeah.
Can you touch something?
Oh yeah, it's not on right now, but I can.
Okay. No,
I
no
can
worry,
put
no
it
worry.
on. It's 1 second. Let me
Okay.
check.
Okay. Sorry, Rose.
No problem, no problem. And these are you can, if I tilt this one a little bit like this. This is one of my newest synths.
Wow.
It's the North Wave 2, and I thought in the beginning, I don't know if this is my synth, because I thought I have a Nord piano which is outside of the camera, but I bought this one because it's smaller and I wanted to have a good piano sound, a little bit more portable. But the Nord piano has a way better piano engine than this one. So I thought maybe I should return this one and buy something which has good piano. This only has sample pianos.
Oh
But
yeah.
this one has a crazy good synth. Yeah, I've been using this one this week for bass lines. And if it loads up, I can yeah, 1 second. And the sound of this thing is really good.
Okay.
It's working. Yeah. It's not working. I don't know why. Maybe. Maybe because I'm doing the Zoom call, it doesn't. Oh, there's sound. This one, the top one.
Okay.
Ah, there it is. If you can hear it double, it's no problem.
Sounds good.
I can hear it double. Do you hear it 1 time or 2 times?
Sorry?
Do you hear it 2 times or 1 time?
What time?
The sound. You hear it one? You hear it?
Yes, I sound.
So
At
this is
least.
inner I use, and this one is for the bass line. crazy. I love it.
Very good. Thank you, Rose. It's fantastic. The your music is very good.
Thank you.
Uh,
Thank you.
Thank you very much for everything. Rose, what did you get for you DJs? I don't know in this moment.
What would I tell to young DJs? Okay. So I think what's most important is that you first find the reason why you want to be a DJ. Because I think there's two types of like DJs. There's a DJ and there is a producer, and a lot of DJs do produce, and a lot of producers do DJ. But to me, um, it's two different professions. So I'm more of a producer than a DJ. And for instance, a DJ like Job Jobs or Carl Cox, those are really good DJs, and those have been like going to record stores for days, collecting their favorite records, finding like stuff no one knows about. And while I'm in the studio, they are at the record store. So that's a different. And they're not at the studio, and I'm not at the record store. So that makes them automatically like focusing on the DJing part more, and I'm focusing on producing more. So first of all, if you start as a DJ, you have to think like, am I really into collecting records, finding new records, or am I like really into producing? Or the third one, I want to be a DJ because it's cool and you can make a lot of money, and then you should rethink if you should do this, because there's I don't think there's any profession where there is so many people that want to become it, where there is so many people that are actually really good, and where there is so little space for making it your full-time profession. So even with me right now having over 250,000 streams a month, having 50,000 listeners all over the world, I still need to grow really like 5 or 6 times before I can make a decent income from my streaming and everything. So of course, if you DJ and you play, you make more music, or you make more money. But nowadays in the pandemic, that's hard. So for young DJs, it's they have to realize it's really hard to make it your full-time profession. So start out with it next to your job, like buy a small DJ set and see if you can actually mix and if that works. But like the mixing part to me as a DJ, like being able to mix like one record to the other, that's 5% of being a DJ. The other is like reading the audience. The other 95% is reading the audience and finding actually good records, which are rare or which really do fit together and people don't know about. I think a lot of people, they underestimate how hard it is to become a good DJ. They think if you can mix, you're a DJ, but to me, mixing is really easy, and nowadays you can sync on all those players. And if you are a good producer and you don't like DJing, you could also start with a live set, like with a laptop and everything. That's also a thing which I'm working on, also a live set. So yeah, but if you really, really want to do it and you feel it's your passion and you should chase it or whatever, so you should follow your heart. That's important.
Thank you, Rose. Amazing words. Are you very good at what do you do? In this moment, how do you find you on social media platforms, music? Because the people search your name and listen to your music because you are fantastic work in the music.
Thank you. So how do they find me on social media?
Yes, how do you find this the name, the user? Because the people should love you Instagram, Facebook,
Yeah.
Spotify, Apple.
Yeah, so I'm mostly on Instagram as Rose Ring, Facebook also, but I use Instagram more. YouTube I'm using, but it's mostly to upload my tracks. Bandcamp is nice. If you wanna buy my music, you should buy it on Bandcamp because it's a nice platform and it doesn't take a lot of cuts. So SoundCloud I'm using too. I don't know. I'm feeling SoundCloud is getting less and less used all over the world. Do you use SoundCloud in Mexico?
Yeah, SoundCloud. I
Yeah.
use SoundCloud. The
Okay.
podcast. This is the.
Okay. Yeah. So you can use SoundCloud, and but if you want to follow my, I always post in my stories about tracks I'm making, and then you can always see like new tracks being on my Instagram on my stories. So that's probably the best place to follow me, and that's just type in Rose Ring.
Okay, Rose. I say goodbye for today. Thank you
Okay.
very much for you be kind with me.
Thank you for the invite. That was a pleasure.
Now, okay, in this moment, I say goodbye to audience. And see you soon. You need to visit Mexico, okay, very soon
Yeah.
because it's a fantastic place. I love you, Netherlands. I love you, Amsterdam. In this moment, I love you, Europe, because you need to visit America in this moment in Mexico.
If you're in Netherlands, let me know. I can show you my studio if you're here.
Okay.
And I would love to come to Mexico. I think it will happen also I think next year, hopefully. If there's going to be more parties, then I'm the first thing I'm going to tell my booker is you have to go to Mexico with me because there is a lot of people listening to my music.
Are you speak Spanish? Are you Spanish?
Poquito.
What words do you say in Spanish?
Oh, it's funny. I thought about this because I just came from Ibiza, so I have 4 words.
Oh, really? Ibiza, Spain. Oh, really?
Yeah. So I have 4 words. Hola, ¿qué tal? Mujeres. Vale.
Ah, vale.
And rosado for the rosé wine.
Well, when you stay in Spain, you sounds in a moment. Oh, joder, tío, joder.
Joder, yeah. Yeah, I like it. It's a beautiful language. I should learn it. I should actually learn it because I like the Spanish countries. So.
One question: in Netherlands, the people speak English or another languages.
Yeah, they speak English and Dutch, so our own language, and we learn on school when we are younger German and French. But I can speak a little bit German and French, like really little bit. But I would have loved if they learned me Spanish instead of German and French because Spanish is used in so many countries. So.
Yes, Spanish in America is I don't know, Mexico, Colombia, Argentina.
Yeah, South America. If you can travel all of South America except for Brazil, if you.
Portuguese.
Yeah, Portuguese, and that's also one of my favorite languages is Brazilian Portuguese. It's beautiful. I think it's one of the most beautiful.
You speak maybe in Netherlands. What is your language? Is nato in Netherlands?
Netherlands.
Netherlands. Oh, can you say goodbye in Netherlands? Because there's an emotion Netherlands.
I will. Oké. Bedankt voor het luisteren. Ik hoop dat jullie het leuk vonden. En ik zie jullie de volgende keer. Of jullie horen me de volgende keer. En saying goodbye is like, doei.
Thank you, Rose.